because we got the same way of life, the same. We're doing things out of Him. Okay, you know.
Verse 16. All Scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly finished, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Right. So that's us, man. That's us there. Okay. Okay, that's right. So if you got any scriptures, okay.
Yeah, give me y'all Job 24, verse start with verse 14 and read all the way down. It's like I'm jump all the way down to 18. Ended at verse 24.
Okay. This is Job chapter 24, starting at verse 14. And it says, the murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief.
Right.
Now jumping down to verse...
Because the night... No, that's all right. Because the night represents... We're pretty much in our night. Esau's in his day. So while Esau's in his day, right? What he's done within his day, in terms of taking over the earth and taking parts of the earth, what did he do? He stole lands. All right, and the way that he did it was by the sword. That's the way he did it. So we're going to read all the way down what Job, the 24th chapter is saying about what's going to happen to this man. Okay, go on.
Down to verse 18, and it says, he is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth.
Right, their portion is cursed from the earth. So when you look around, as we can see, we live in an empire. We don't just live in a world. And, this is just the way life is. This is just the way of the world, though. This is an actual empire. This is an actual power structure. And you have, within that power structure, you have governments, and you have also the rulers over those governments. This is why you have police officers. Who did the police officers serve? Now, they will tell you they serve the people, but really they don't serve the people. They serve the powers that be. Hence is where they get their laws from. Same thing with the lawyer and your different judges. What laws are they going by? They're going by the laws of the powers that be. Okay? Dealing with government. So when we're dealing with, and see, when you get into these scriptures and you get into the historical accounts, what you understand is that all of these nations all had empires. They had worlds. And we're living in a world today. And that world is the Roman Empire. So the way Esau took this world, he took it by thievery and pretty much dealing with the Rothschilds. They manipulated their way to the top by changing the money. They got into the money business and they started dabbling with the money, and that's how they became rich today. That's why they became the power. That's why they got into the power seat today. Go on, bro.
This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
right,
and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basest of men.
Right, and set it over it the bases of men. Who are the bases of men? The base of men are the Edomites. Okay, and it's like I was watching a video that the Apostle Tahar did, and he made mention on how, you got people out there. Well, really, you Edomites, the actual Edomites, they run away from being Edomites, because to be an Edomite is the worst nation you could ever be. Okay, and there's a great judgment, a severe judgment that comes with being an Edomite. When you actually read the dictionary under Edom, they put scriptures under there as well, because the scholars they know, which are Edomites, they know that they're Edomites, and they also know the judgment of those people. So, man, that's what they're doing. They're running away from their nationality, and they're trying to get us to escape from our nationality. But hey, man, the truth is already out. The rabbit is already out the bag. We know who we are, and we know who they are, and they've been knew who we are, and they've been knew who they were too, for a very long time before we even came to the conclusion of who we are. Go on, bro. Read that.
Back in Job 24, verse 18, he is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards.
Right, and the reason why his portion is cursed from the earth, because how did he get his portion? By slinging the sword, by killing and destroying and thieving. That's how he got it. So the way he got it is the way it's going to be taken back from him. Because you can't establish a society by violence and expect to continue on. It's not going to continue on. Eventually, if you're ruling the people unjustly, then people will rule their lives unjustly within your society. This is why in this society you have nothing but criminality. Okay, this is why you have a group of people in society that sell drugs. This is why you have people that do racketeering, do all kind of illegal things, because that's how the powers that be got it, and that's how they're ruling the earth. They're ruling the earth based on criminality. But when you rule a society with morals and standards, the people begin to adopt those kind of morals and standards. People begin to respect the empire that they're under. People begin to respect themselves. But when you live in a society that doesn't, that doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for, man? You know, if we're living in a society that's not warranted respect, then the people are not going to respect the society. Okay, go on, bro.
And it says, drought and heat consume the snow waters. So doth the grave.
Let me read this and I'll get to your scriptures.
And it says, so doth the grave those which have sinned.
Right.
The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree.
Right, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. So the way the Lord is going to take this man out, because this is what it's all about. When you watch that one film, Game of Thrones, that's what it's all about. One nation comes up, another nation goes down, another nation is exalted. So we're living in a time where Esau is exalted right now. But then again, we have to understand, we have to be reminded that his portion has become cursed because of how he got his portion. Okay? When we talk about the tribes of Israel, let's just do one tribe. Let's begin with the tribe of Gad. Esau went down to the new world in the Western Hemisphere and pursued the tribe of Gad and all of those other northern kingdoms. All of the other tribes from the 10 tribes. He went to pursue the 10 tribes by the sword. And when you think about America's actually a big, large portion of land. So to get to pretty much be able to dominate the whole entire landmass of America, they've had to been killing from state to state, and one state holds millions and millions of people. So only the Lord knows the amount of souls that have died by the sword of Esau. Okay, even by Esau taking Europe, because Europe was pretty much originally our land. And this is why, the British educational system, they don't really deal with the whole slavery thing too much, man, as America. Because what you're gonna find out, they've slaughtered certain people here, right, which were of Negroid descent, and enslaved them and brought them to the New World. That's what you find out when you go into the history. Now there's a book out there called The Black Irish. All right, now I'm thinking about getting that book. But these were so-called blacks or Israelites that but they were in the land of Ireland, and they were shipped to Jamaica. You see? So as we go into the history, what you find out is that you had Jakes not just taking the slaves from West Africa, but Jakes that were taking the slaves from Europe. But see, the school systems, they'll teach you, oh, well, you're African. You came from this part of the land, so this is where you're from. But they won't touch on Jake coming from Europe, because then that's gonna open up another can of worms, and then it's gonna expose the ideology that Esau's put out there. Because see, people have been believed to think that people just stay in one spot. People never migrated. You know, if you're of Negroid descent, you're from the sub-Saharan region. But that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is that we originate from somewhere, but it ain't Africa.
Yeah.
But like I said, Esau put that there to pretty much do away with the truth of the Bible. That's why you have a thing called also prehistory. And they use carbon dating. And they They use carbon dating. They will take like a bone or something like that, right? Or a skeleton, and they will say, well, that skeleton is 25,000 years old. Just by using carbon dating. Okay? And then they'll declare that on the media as its truth. But the reason why Esau does that, because Esau wants to supersede the truth of the Bible, because the truth of the Bible is the whole entire truth in existence. The truth of life, the truth of mankind. So to do away with the Bible, let's make up all of these, philosophies, just so we can cover the truth and to cover our asses in this at the same time. Because we did a lot of dirt. But anyway, I don't mean to keep talking. Let me go back to what you had, brother.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, that's blasphemy, which the word blasphemy means a nasty, filthy lie. Yeah, so brother, read what you got again. I lost my train of thought, man.
I'm trying to avoid the Bible.
Huh? Yeah, read that. Yeah.
This is Obadiah 1 and 6. This is, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Right. And the reason why Esau's been searched out and revealed, because of us. We've revealed him. We've opened the books up against him. Okay, we were the only group that revealed who he is biblically. No other group has done this, but we've done this, the Israelites. Yeah. And this is why they want to get rid of YouTube. Eventually, they want to get rid of YouTube, but starting with the truth, they want to get rid of the Israelites from off YouTube because we're exposing them. All right, every single day he's being exposed. Every day a video is being uploaded on the YouTube. Go on, bro.
So just to say, because what you're talking about exposing Esau, and we've all been to Christian churches, and before this truth, when I used to go to church, they never brought up Esau.
Nope.
And Esau's predominant in the scriptures, as the wicked. So they always skirted around that. So until this, we never even knew.
Exactly.
Like the elder said, we never even knew who Esau was.
Yeah, that's very true. Because we all came from the Christian church, and no pastors told us who the Edomites are. Yeah. I only found that out when I came into the truth by the Apostle Talak and all the apostles on down, all the way down to the elders. That's why I found out who the Edomites were. So yeah, we were the only ones that revealed them, beginning with those men that taught us this truth. Yes, so go back to what you had before, bro.
Right, so this is the book of Job 24.
You finished with that one?
Yeah.
And 19. So like verse 20. The womb shall forget him, the worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree.
Yeah, so what that goes into, all of the great empires that Esau had before the kingdom, that's not going to be remembered. The things that the Greeks did, the things that the Romans did, okay, or should I say the things of the Roman Empire, the things of the Greek Empire, those things are not going to be remembered. The Most High is going to put all manner of wickedness to silence, and the manner of wickedness to silence. That's the only way this whole entire earth is going to get back to where it needs to be. Because really the curse comes from Esau ruling. He's the exemplification of curse. So he brings curses upon all people and nature. So if we can get him out of the way, then nature can breathe, the earth can breathe in righteousness. And then put the right people in power. Everything will flow beautifully. Okay, go on, bro.
And it says, he evil entereth the barren that beareth not, and doth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with his power.
Right, he draweth also the mighty with his power. Go on.
He riseth up, and no man is sure of life.
Yep.
Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth.
Right, though it be given him to be in safety, though he resteth. Go on.
yet his eyes are upon their ways.
Right, yet his eyes are upon their way. So the Lord sees every little thing that these people are doing. They think they can hide themselves in secret councils from the eyes of men, and men don't see them. But guess what? The Lord sees you, because don't the scripture say in the Apocrypha? It says that the eyes of the Lord are beholding every place.
Yeah.
So all of the secret nasty things that they're doing behind closed doors, behind the curtains, the Lord and the angels are seeing all of that, and
Yep.
the angels are reporting it back to the Most High.
Yep.
You see, even what we're doing is being reported. Everything in this life is being recorded. You understand? And this is the serious thing about it. You know, and the more you get into these scriptures, the more you fear the Most High, because you find out that the Lord ain't no joke, man.
Yep.
See, these Christians, these pastors have been teaching our people, or just teaching people in general, that God is all love. And this is why people don't have no fear. But then again, it all originates back to Esau. It originates back to the man of sin. So if you can tell the people, or condition the minds of the people to believe that God is all love, then guess what? You could do whatever you want to do. You know, you could go to the club, you could be a woman and sleep with different men. You know, you could be a dude and commit adultery.
Yep.
It don't matter, because God is all love, right? So, but what we're teaching here, which is the complete truth of the Most High, we're showing you that the Lord, He blesses and He curses the wicked.
Yep.
He'll bless the righteous and He'll curse the wicked.
Yep.
All right. So if we can have both emotions, can't He have both emotions? If your boss can get on you when you're going off at the job, the Most High is the ultimate boss. So if you're going off on His creation, He deserves to get on you. He deserves to destroy you. Okay? He could do whatever the hell He wants, because we're all His creation. By His wisdom and understanding, we're reframed and created. So therefore, He can do whatever He likes. Okay? And if you're going off, the Most High is going to go off against you. If you're doing right, the Most High will do right against you also. Go on, bro.
Verse 24. They are exalted for a little while,
Right.
but are gone and brought low.
Yeah, getting back to the point. It says, for they are exalted for a little while. So Esau is exalted for a little while. Just so that later on they'll go down. So they may be looking pretty, walking with their chest up to the sky and their heads up to the sky also, but not knowing their latter end. There's an end. Just because you're on top, that don't mean you're gonna stay on top.
That's right.
Read verse 13 again, brother.
Verse 13. Job chapter 24, verse 13. There are those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof.
No, Salakia 14. There was a point in verse 14 I want to go back to. Go on.
Verse 14. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night
Right.
is as a thief.
Right, and in the night is as a thief. So this is our night. This is His day. So in the night, as I'm calling it right now, we're exposing Him and revealing of His thievery, of what He's been doing and what He is still doing to this very day. All right, and then got the nerve to say, which I don't really give a damn about the Arabs anyway. I don't really care. But Esau likes to say, well, the Arabs, they're terrorists. We gotta watch out for them. And red. But when we compare the British Empire and the American Empire versus the Arabic Empire, who caused more terrorism on the earth? We have to just keep it all the way real. We got to keep it truthful here. So the people that we got to be more watchful about are those that have slaughtered people around the earth and stole lands. All right, Ishmael didn't do that. Ishmael ain't oppressing everybody by the IMF, banking system, I brought out the IMF because the IMF is responsible for what country becomes poor and what country becomes rich by messing with their money. So this is why in certain countries in the West, most predominantly are more affluent than the countries in the East, like Africa, because you got to understand something. Africa has a large body of resources in that land, but yet the people are poor. Why is the people poor? Because these Western countries are taking their resources and also at the same time messing around with their money. So if you're stifling their money, okay, then of course the people are going to be poor.
Can I say something?
Go on, bro.
I think there was Brother Daresh who put something up on the WhatsApp group, and there was a short video, and it was detailing how they send economic terrorists into these countries, right? So what they do, they send a terrorist in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they so they offer loans to these countries.
Yeah, loans.
That are already desperate after what's been
That's how they get you.
all the colonialism and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then if they don't accept the loan, then they can destroy the country from within. If
Right.
they do accept the loan, they end up loaning to the country, but the money goes to the companies,
Right.
to the major corporations in the countries themselves.
Yeah.
So they don't actually go towards the base civilization of them
Yeah,
countries.
the people,
It goes to,
the
it doesn't
people.
go to the people.
Yeah.
It goes to the major companies still,
Right.
which are in league with them anyway.
Right.
Because obviously we all know that that it's the companies that are running everything and not the politicians anyway.
Exactly, because the politicians hold no power. Even Boris Johnson holds no power. He's just a puppet for a particular moment in time. And then the next puppet's going to get in there. Like Donald Trump, and the people try to impeach Donald Trump. And I always kind of knew he was going to stay in office anyway. He ain't going nowhere. So, but yeah, it's all about these corporations. They're the one that's pretty much stealing all of the resources from the people and stifling their currency. So when you stifle the nation's currency, of course the people are going to be out of it, man. They're going to be poor. All right? And that's what they do. And like you were saying about the loans, because the more a nation takes the loans, guess what? A loan, that's why it's called a loan.
Yeah.
You borrow it and then you pay it back. And if you can't pay it back in time, they charge the interest grows in that loan. Okay, the loan it grows, and then you become indebted to those corporations.
Yeah, because they could never pay it. They could never pay those loans.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
yeah. But that's just another way of keeping you in an oppressed situation. Let's just give these people loans and let them, because they're going to use a loan anyway. They're poor, they're desperate. So we're going to let them use a loan, and once they get done using a loan, now we're going to expect the payback now. But they couldn't afford the payback. All right, and Esau knows this. These corporations, they know this because, again, it's another way of keeping people oppressed and keeping old people keeping people in an oppressed situation. That's what this whole system is all about. Keeping everybody in an oppressed situation so that they can prosper and become affluent under your oppression.
So Obadiah 1:5 says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough?
Right, for they have not stolen until they had enough. And that's the spirit of these powerful corporations, mainly these Edomites. They keep taking and taking and taking and taking it and giving very little back in return. That's how they do it. Go on.
Isaiah 24, and I'll start at 4, it says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Yeah.
The haughty people of the earth do languish. Verse 5, it says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yeah, because Esau is not ruling the earth by morals and the standards of the scriptures. He's ruling it based on money and power. That's what it's all about to him. Esau don't care about no morals or no standards. Now they try to project that imagery like they're moralistic people and people of standards. But in all reality, they're a bunch of thieves, they're a bunch of robbers, they're a bunch of lowlifes. Okay, their mindset is, look, we're gonna have to take. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take that, and you're just gonna have to live in your squalor. You don't really care about if you complain. Fuck your complaining, just be a good boy and go to work, man. And shut the fuck up. That's Esau's spirits, my language. That's their spirit, man. They don't care about the poor. Their mindset is, we don't give a shit about the poor and needy, man. As long as we living good and we living deliciously, we ain't trying to hear none of your complaining, man. Okay, so as long as you complain, the more you complain, the more Esau will just turn a blind eye to you. Go on, bro.
So like on what you were saying about they portrayed that they believe in God and stuff, but really they don't really care about that. The other day, Parliament just reinstated all the members and I was watching the ceremony on RT News Live, and they had one guy with the King James Bible and then a card thing they had to read off, and they were saying, oh, we're going to uphold the constitution of the law, so help me God, and they had to put their hand on the Bible, and you could see in their spirit, they don't really care about the scriptures, man. They were just going through the motions. There was no respect for the Bible. They were just there putting their hand on it and just, you know, all kind of. And as the elder was saying, that's true, man, because they don't care about anybody, and they don't care about ruling according to the scriptures, man. They'll just
they don't care about that.
They'll do that to make themselves feel good, to appease their conscience, and to make the public believe that they're so righteous. But really, all of their laws, as the elder was saying, Salakia, is all for their own benefit, man. Nobody else.
Exactly. As long as they doing good. Oh, yeah, go on, bro. Go on.
Oh, no, I just wanted to say that because you also had this interview with Donald Trump, CNN, and he was talking about how the Bible is his favorite book. And the interviewer was asking him, "What's your favorite bit of the Bible?" And he says, "All of it." And he says,
He couldn't tell you one script. Couldn't tell you one script. So it's just these people. What they do is they create this facade to have you believe that they're Christian-based people, but they don't believe in Christianity. That's just a facade so that people can then look at them and see what they want to portray, what they want the people to see.
Yeah.
But behind closed doors, what are they doing? They into sorcery, witchcraft, pedophilia, all kinds of dirt.
Yep.
Yeah, man, because they're pushing first off, you're not meant to swear in the scriptures.
That's right.
And they're pushing all sorts of faggotry in that.
Yeah.
I think it was, what was that video? Was it in the Gambia or Zambia? And they were saying, the president was saying how they tried to push
Zambia.
the homosexuality in that country, but they're not having it because they're not having it because that's not their way, man. It's just not in their culture. It's not in their
DNA.
It's not in their DNA. But he says, look, they said they're going to stop funding them and whatnot. He said, listen, if we have to be poor in that and suffer, we'll do that. But we're not taking your doctrine.
Right. Like if he really loved the Bible, he condemned America.
That's right.
Donald Trump would condemn America.
Yeah,
even if he was fired from office, he'd condemn America, because what did the prophets of old did? A lot of them were solo. Like Jeremiah, he's a man that loved the Lord, even though he was threatened to death many a time, to the point where he had to escape the land of Israel and flee to Egypt. Okay, because the king and the people there wanted to kill him. All right, that's a man that loves the Lord. He loves the word. He loves the scriptures. He don't love it, because if he did, he would have condemned America by himself and the suffered persecution and all kind of things, man. Being locked up with sentence of death. He would have been preaching the word if he really loved the Bible.
Yeah, but you know what? Donald Trump, man, just like all of them, they just say that because it's a facade. They want to create this fake facade so that people don't see their skullduggery. That's what it's all about. That's just Esau. Their thing is look, we have to lie to the people so that we can cover our asses. It's about covering your ass, man.
Yeah.
That's their thing. Any kind of dirt that they did, just ignore it, man. Don't worry about it. As long as we complain about what happened in the Holocaust in the 40s, then we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But any dirt that we did, just forget about that, man. Move on.
Yeah.
Just shut the F up. Go to work every single day. Get your little minimum wage pay. Right? Pay your rent, pay your bills, and just move on, man. And just keep it moving. Because we trying to live. We ain't trying to hear you. We not trying to hear what you gotta say. We trying to live, man.
Right.
That's Esau's spirit.
That's it, man. That's it.
And you think Esau give a damn about these scriptures? He don't give a damn about these scriptures.
Yeah, because the scripture says the thieves came to thee by night, but they not have stolen till they had enough.
Right.
So Esau don't give a fuck about the poor, the needy.
He don't care about that.
He'll take the whole bit and leave the needy to starve out there, man.
That's what he's doing now. What you just said, he's doing that right now. And this is why you have people that are in poor predicaments. They're doing all illegal shit because they trying to make way in society, man.
Yeah.
But Esau don't care about that. But though, if Esau cared about the Bible, then he wouldn't have to look at himself in the mirror and change his whole demeanor. Esau ain't gonna change his demeanor because Esau just don't know any else how to be. The Lord created him to be the wicked, so he's gonna do just that. Anyway, brother, Salakia, man. Yeah, keep reading it.
Can I finish this?
Oh yeah, finish that. Yeah. The spirit is going all over the place, man.
back in Isaiah 24. So it said 24:5. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yeah.
Because they have transgressed the laws.
Because they have transgressed the law. So going back to what I was saying, if Esau tells you one thing, what you really gotta be aware of is the opposite. That's why the natives said that he spoke with a fourth tongue.
Yeah.
You know, he says one thing, but then he does another thing. So right when Trump is saying to you, he loves the Bible, what is he really saying? Contrary, he hates the Bible. That's how you gotta look at this man. Because
right,
this man, that's how he deals, man. That's how you gotta see it.
Yep.
He's a serpent, man.
Yep.
Well, see, if Donald Trump said he hates the Bible, then he probably loves the Bible. You know, so these devils, they don't come straight forward. Go on, bro.
It says because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right. So they've changed the laws, man, and they've set up their own laws. To hell with the commandments of Moses. To hell with that. We don't care about that. We're gonna set up our own laws so that we can live, and we don't have to feel uneven if the laws of God were in effect. But they're going to feel uneven in the kingdom because the laws of the Heavenly Father are going to be in full effect on the earth, and they're going to have to keep those laws. And they're going to find it very difficult to do so because their spirit does not coincide with the laws. This is why those Amalekite individuals, they created another book called the Talmud. Why do you think they created the Talmud when they could have just kept the Bible? If they're calling themselves the Jews, right? Why not just keep the Bible and believe the Bible? No, what they had to do is they had to throw the Bible away and set up another book because simply the Bible does not coincide with them. The Bible does not coincide with them, so they write another book called the Talmud. Okay, and this is why Esau, he does away with truth and sets up lies because he feels better living in a lie, doing things untruthfully.
Right.
That's just their spirit. Go on, bro.
Verse 6, it says, therefore hath the cursed devoured the earth.
So if you put a man that's uncomfortable with righteousness over the earth, what do you think the earth is going to be? A shithole like we're in right now. That's all it is. It's a shithole. And I'm not saying this because I'm a miserable individual. I mean, I may be miserable. That may be the case. But I'm just looking at reality. It's what it is. Okay, and the powers that be, they really don't know how to run the earth. They have no clue. They just going it's all based on greed.
Yeah.
It's all based on them. They're very narcissistic.
Yep.
And that's how they run in the earth. Though they don't care about righteousness at all. And what are you doing here? Just my man, just have a nice day, man. Just have a nice day, man. You're wasting your time, man. Go on, bro. But see, the reason why he came over here because he felt the spirit I was talking about. I didn't call his name. I didn't say anything to him. He felt need to come down here because he felt like I was talking about him. Anyway, go on, bro.
It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth.
Yeah, therefore the curse have devoured the earth. So this is where we are right now. This is why people are sick, people that have cancer, people that have all kinds of sicknesses that we don't even know about. Why is this? Because this man is not ruling by principle. This man is not ruling by the morals of God.
That's right.
So if we're ruling by the morals of God now we talking growth. This society is not a society of growth, it's a society of the degradation.
That's right.
This is why